Hey, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co.
I'm Professor Meg.
And today we are playing through Darkleaf Gambit from Only Then Studios. This is an active Kickstarter campaign. I'll have a link to everything down below, as well as this is a prototype, rules and components subject to change. Although I should note as well, because I say this
Alex, that looks like a chessboard.
It does look like a chessboard. The chessboard
I recognize this game, but wait, the pieces, they're all out of order.
The chessboard is very much not a prototype. This is a random chessboard from Amazon. Fun fact, if you use one with a magnet, if you use the one that has magnetized pieces over here, it integrates nicely. What are you doing?
Showing how magnetized it is?
Oh, I mean, you could do that.
Isn't that cool?
But the relevance is you have these pieces over here, and you can go ahead and use those with a magnetized board in a way that you wouldn't with another board. Don't get me wrong, you could use with any chess set. It just has that little additional extra perk. But this is all very confusing because I haven't really told you what's going on here. Darkleaf Gambit is a game that utilizes a standard chess set in the execution of effectively asymmetric factions. There are 6 asymmetric factions in the core game over here, and each one's going to give you a very different way to win, different abilities for the units, different core structures of everything that they do, while generally operating within a common framework. Today we are going to be playing against the Hexen, which Meg is going to be controlling, against the Wilderoo Weeboo over here, which I'll be controlling. We'll give you a loose overview of how those factions play and what's going on, but effectively each faction has its own particular win condition and then how it operates within the general structure of the rules. These are some of the more complicated factions with interesting interactions. If you do want to see any of the other 4 factions played, make sure to check out the Brothers Murph as well as Foster the Meeple. They've done playthroughs with the other factions, so you get a sense of some of the more basic structures as well as just seeing all the factions in play. But with that, I'm going to give you a a loose overview of what each faction is trying to do, and then we'll take a turn or two, then go ahead and recap so you can get a better recap of just understanding how things work and continue from there. So I'm not going to try to front load you with too much information because it would be a lot.
We're just going to get you started.
Get you started over here.
Get you started.
To that end, as the Wilderness Weeboo over here, my general idea is I start with fewer units on the board, but my key idea is I can morph my opponent's units into pawns that are my color, and then utilize those pawns because I'm trying to get those pawns back to my seat. The seat over here is going to be the row, the rank that is closest to my starting position, and if I can get 6 pawns of my color in my seat, then I instantly win the game. Keeping in mind I only start with 2 pawns, so I'm going to have to move out and then morph her units and then bring them back into my seat. There's a lot more rules and abilities and other things that will help me along the way. I'll teach you all that as we start playing, but that's my core structure. Meg, what are you trying to do?
So I am the Hexen, so I'm not really directly attacking. I'm trying to cast these different hex spells. So my 2 main spells are going to be Poison Garden and Witch's Ladder. So they're relics that I'm going to have to build up and slot to be able to use them. But once I'm able to use them, the Poison Garden is going to have a 3-round clock. And then once it goes off, it's going to kill everything within a hex around it. So that's pretty exciting. But then the other thing I have is Witch's Ladder, which will automatically kill something, which it has a 2-turn time clock, but it can then transfer to other people and just keep killing everything, including my own people, to then bring the virus somewhere else. So we'll see how that goes.
And how do you win?
So I'm going to mark 2 quarry now, and I'm trying to kill both of those. So as long as I kill both of those, I will just automatically win.
Yep. And I guess now we can go ahead and start. You have to mark 2 quarry within my starting 2 rows over here. And it has to be a non-royal quarry. So you're going to choose basically any of these 5 units. You're going to choose 2 of them that you are trying to kill.
Yes. So I think my best bet is that your sages can't morph, correct?
Correct.
Or they can?
No, sages should be able to morph,
Who can't morph?
The rook can't morph.
The rook.
The rook.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Rooks are generally going to be, and again, everything can be faction by faction, but rooks are generally going to be...
I want to stop you from morphing. You can explain, sorry, but I was explaining my thought process that I want to stop the morphing, so I'll let the non-morphers live.
Rooks generally are invulnerable and help your factions. But again, we'll walk you through all the various abilities of each unit as we play, so as to not overload you with things. But Meg is apparently trying to kill both of my knights over here.
I'm going to try to go 2 for 1 of the same.
Okay. And with that, I believe you also go
Remember
first.
the difference between your knights and your and your sages?
The knights can journey, also with my knights. My knights, once they morph, can basically charge backwards, bringing the pawn with them. And the sages, on the other hand, can apply they can morph too, so they can apply their role to...
But they have to be like adjacent and close, so I can kind of maneuver around.
Well, everyone has to be adjacent and close. The knights just can retreat faster.
Yeah. No, but for them to be able to get both,
a second they have to have a diagonal.
Kind of, yes. If I start spreading out, I'm a little bit safer.
Sure, spread out.
I don't know. All right, so now are we
Then
ready?
you start.
Are
Yeah.
you ready?
Yeah, now we're going to walk into the turn structure. There's a basic turn structure of the game, but the problem is every faction breaks the rules in a little bit, so you kind of have to know how to play the game and then look at each faction's differences. But generally speaking, you're going to be trying to either journey or do your deed. Journey is just moving, and doing your deed is the specific thing that you do. So for Meg's case, it's going to be casting these relics. In my case, it's going to be morphing her units. That said, both these factions kind of break the traditional mold. So like if you're watching other playthroughs, you usually have to choose one or the other. Both these factions, that's not the case. Meg can do her relics whenever she's able to afford them, whenever she actually has them built up, and I can do morphs basically every single turn as part of a 3-roll or up to 3-roll structure. So the normal traditional scope of how these things play out is going to be very different with these two factions. Just worth knowing that before you watch someone else's playthrough, or, well, just know what to expect from the game.
And also just like a tiny thing before we start, because I'm the one going first, for any of like my chess lovers out there, do you know typically who goes first in chess?
White.
Always white.
Yeah.
So I'm just calling that out, that this is not chess. It does not matter what color we are. We're not, I am black and I'm Hexen and we're going first.
And she could have been white, but I think it's Hexen. I mean, you gotta be black.
Yeah, I mean, look at those. It looks great.
All right, so you can go ahead and roll. So
8.
Now one of the big differences over here as well is Meg's roll doesn't actually define how far she can move, which is usually what a roll does. Rather, her roll is going to define the direction. Counting from what's considered the forward facing, which means towards this way, you're going to count around it. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So Meg has to pick a unit right now that's going to moving front left diagonally, which is what the roll is for 8. But you can roll first and then decide which unit journeys, which is what she's going to do now.
Yeah. And I think what I'm going to do, because I want to play a little safe, I want to be a little protecty, I think I'm going to use this guy and go 1, 2, because I can go as far as I want in that direction.
And they're invulnerable.
And my rooks are invulnerable.
Yeah.
So
not only are her rooks invulnerable, her rooks are, what else
they
do rooks
cannot
do?
hex. So they cannot hex, so there's at least that.
They
but
allow...
if I land someone else adjacent to them, they can hex twice for the cost of only 1.
Yes.
So that is great.
Okay.
And
the next step you do is you slot your die.
Yeah, and so for slotting my die, it's a little bit different than Alex's, or his are more just like specific numbers.
So we haven't talked about this. I should know this. This is basically after you roll, you slot your dice to your personal boards, and you're going to be unlocking different abilities. Miracles are instantaneous at one-time use abilities. Relics earn you ability where you can keep a little token over here and then cash it in to do that ability later. And then laws are over here, and they give you an ongoing permanent impact. So we all have different ones. We'll talk more about them as we're doing things, but Meg's effectively trying to work her way towards abilities, including her hexes.
Right, and so for mine, they're a little bit different, where I need a sum between 7 and 11 for this bottom one, and for here I need less than 7 or greater than 11. So the fact that I rolled an 8 is pretty great. I think I'm going to use that up here for that, trying to work toward greater than 11, because I think that's a good one to use.
And these first few turns are going to be a little slower as we keep you up to how everything's working. But we'll start speeding up the pace once you kind of have seen a little bit of everything. I'm going to go ahead and roll. My turn. I rolled a 4, which is great. Wow. I can use that to move. The problem is I have to move.
I rolled an 8 on a D8 and you rolled a 4 on a D4. That's kind of crazy.
Are very low. Actually, that's very low. It's 1 in 32, I think.
We rolled the highest D4.
Anyway, so I'm going to apply this to my roll. Now, I'm not choosing a direction. I have to move 4, and I can use in any direction. One of the nice things about the two factions we're playing as in terms of keeping track of things is sometimes different units have different movement restrictions. Our journey for all of our units in this game are going to be just any direction you want, as far as you want. Well, as far as you want is limited by the die. So in this case, I can move 4, and I have to move 4. I can't say, oh, I'm going to move 1 and then stop by the board. I can't move that unit in this case, so I have to pick a unit that's going to move 4. And I have to think about how I want to do this, because right now, regardless of the roll, my queen moves 1 if I want to do that. I do want the ability to actually start impacting your units negatively, because I feel that's a good way to play the game. But moving 4 is tough. 1, 2, 3, 4. My rook can't even do it. Can I even move 4 right now? I don't think I have a way to realistically move 4. That roll... Oh, no, I could with my bishop. Well, not my bishop, my sage. Interesting. Okay, so we're going to do that. We're going to go ahead and go 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to apply that, and I'm going to try to morph you already.
Wow.
So what we're going to do right now is we're going to get a second roll, and that's going to be true for the Wilder Weebo. They get up to 3 rolls. So my second roll is I'm going to be trying to use my deed. My deed is the morph ability, and I have to declare which one I'm trying to morph. And what do your knights do again? Your knights,
my sages or my knights?
Your knights, well, both.
So my knights can journey in the opposite direction. That's all. But they can cast things.
Yeah, and your sages?
And my sages can hex every turn, even if they did not journey.
Interesting. I will go ahead and try to hit your knight. I'm going to hit your sage. I'm going to try to morph your sage because I want to retreat, and I'm realizing your knight would not be able to. So I'm rolling on a 3 or 4. I will get it, and that's a 3. So I replace this right now with one of my pawns.
No.
All right, and then I get a retreat roll. Now, I do have a choice to slot this right away instead of utilizing the retreat roll. I think, because a 3 is decent, it gives me the starter seed relic over here, possibly. But I think I'm going to go ahead and retreat. So I'm going to roll for the retreat roll. And I got a 4. Beautiful. So I'm going to move backwards 4, and I can't move 1, 2, 3 over here, and I can't move. I don't think I can do it. I don't think I'm able to move, because I have to move the full amount in order to actually move. So I'm going to go ahead and slot this without being able to move that full amount there.
A 4 is a great to slot, though.
Yeah, there is a great slot. I think I'm going to go straight for the big one over here. I'm trying to get my law in play as fast as possible. Okay, that's your turn.
Okay. I will roll in. Let's see what happens. A 3.
Yeah, so you're moving...
No, I was counting 8, 9, 10, 11, so I can Witch's Ladder.
You absolutely can. But you're going to be moving 1, 2, 3 that way.
Unless I move him, then I can go the other way. Well, I'm not moving 3. Oh, you're saying which direction. You're counting out loud, I see. Alright. Okay. This is tricky.
The movement restrictions are tricky.
Yeah, I think...
And you can move as far or as short as you want.
I want to do it twice so badly, but I don't think that's what's going to be in the cards for me, unfortunately. I'm trying to see who can... Let's see, I'm going to be able to Witch's Ladder, and it has to be a rival unit diagonally at any distance. So, diagonally at any distance. Okay. I'm gonna move this one to here.
I mean, you're moving this way, I believe.
He can move back. He can move opposite.
Yes, yes.
They get to go the other way if they want. Actually, but I'm gonna take that back. I'm gonna move this one to here.
Okay.
And then I will slot my 3, but then I'm going to cast Witch's Ladder right away, so I'll spend it.
Okay.
So for that one, it's 2 rounds, and it's diagonally in any distance. Yep. So I'm going to pick this guy. In 2 rounds, it's gone. Okay,
so my goal is to some extent to get him away from my own units.
And that comes back.
Okay.
All right.
My turn?
Yeah. I think that was my best decision.
We're going to roll a 1. 1 is not as far as I'd like to move. But the good news about it is I could use it to try to start converting your units as well. Now, I can't do much with your rook over there because, it's a rook. But I can move my bishop over here and go there. And I think we're going to hit your thingy. We're going to try to convert that. So I'm trying to gain morph against this guy over here. So I'm going to roll in a 3 or 4. That's a 4 again. And then I'm going to roll for the retreat. Or do I want to slot this here? Well, first of all, let me go ahead and replace it. But getting that double 4 in law can be very helpful very early on. I like that ability.
Can you only morph into pawns?
Yes.
So are you limited after 8?
Yeah, in theory, you are limited to...
You can't keep morphing?
Correct.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to slot this because as much as the retreat could be fun, I think it's important to be able to get this, and a double 4 is pretty solid early on. Okay, to you.
Okay. I'm gonna... Do I have to do this first?
No, you're going to be rolling... You can do it, I think you can do it at any point.
I just want to do it.
You do it right now?
I just want to have something happen.
This early?
Because we don't know what happens.
You haven't even told you about Haggedorn's Will.
I feel like, why not? I don't know.
It's crazy. You can do... Listen, you live your best life. Do what you want to do. Haggedorn's Will, basically, we get this 1 Haggedorn's Will token that we can use. Let's go ahead and so everyone can see this over here. I'm going to put it under this pawn.
Should I roll?
Yeah, go ahead and roll there. No,
okay. Here,
so basically, sure. Basically, it's, what did you roll?
8.
An 8.
Players roll all remaining bones in their pool and...
Slot or discard as desired. That is...
I'm going to be able to cast my relics.
That is pretty great for you.
Oh my god, this was the best thing I've ever done. Wait, can I not roll to move, though?
No, you'll do that. You'll do that soon. Yeah.
Okay.
This,
it's all remaining bones.
I may have done Haggedorn's Will out of sequence. No, go ahead and do it.
But I'm saying, do I save one?
Slot. You always have to keep one. So I'd say just roll them all, and you have to keep one for the roll.
Oh, so roll them all, but then...
I'm going to roll all these over here. This helps you a whole lot more than helps me.
I know, this is amazing.
I am going to go ahead and slot this for this over here. And then...
Alright, so I have another 11 for Witch's Ladder.
So I think it's this, strictly speaking, I think it's the same structure, which means I'm going to keep one of these as well in order to keep.
I also have enough for Poison Garden. And then I have 2 more. Oh my goodness. This was a little, I feel a little crazy doing this. Oh, we're gonna do... Oh my gosh, my waxing moon, right? Is a 5 to a 6 and an odd, which is exactly what I have.
Okay, I'm holding on to my last
and
die.
also this should have gone down by 1.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, but see, one of them I was supposed to have rolled to move.
Well, I'm saying keep one. Do you have one left?
That's what I was saying.
What do you have? Where are your dice?
All right there.
You have only 6
You
dice?
said roll them all.
Yeah, so keep, and I say keep, I said hold one back.
So now take one back?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Which one do I think? That one. Okay, so I can do both of those. I should move and then I can do both of those because...
Yep.
Okay. And this one can do it even if it didn't.
Yep.
Although it can't. Okay. Oop. Okay. All right. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's back diagonal, but they could move.
This one can only move. It's blocked by its units.
Right. Okay, so...
Yeah, Haggedorn's wills are just a chaos thing that will happen, but you can do it once per game.
I think that's actually great that I'm going to bring him back to here, because then I can have them cast it twice.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
But you can only cast, just to be clear, you can only cast with a unit that is journeyed, with the exception, I believe, of your sage, right?
Correct. Oh. So that... yeah.
Yeah. After Meg takes her turn and I take my turn, now that you've seen a little bit in action, we'll go through all of our abilities as well as all of the unit abilities so you can have a better sense of what's happening.
Yeah, I might have to actually slot my abilities because of who can
Nothing wrong with slotting them. You can store them up.
I think I might have... Yeah, I think I'm just going to slot them.
Okay, slot them away.
I feel like that was a crazy turn, but
I'm going to take my turn and then walk you through
but so wait, I would also slot this 4?
Yep.
These would come out? That I could slot the 4 into it?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay. You can go if you want.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and roll one of these, and I got a 4. A 4 for movement, which again is theoretically good, but honestly it's leaving me a little constricted over here just because of how things go. I'm a little constricted. I think I'm going to be heading over here. 1, 2. I actually wanted that. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 because I'm trying to get away from over there. And then I will try to roll on that. So I'm going to roll on that. I got a 3, which means once again we get another pawn into play. So I'm slowly morphing all these units, which is nice. And then I get to roll a retreat, which I think I am going to roll a retreat because I don't want to be hit by it. That's a 4. I can't move 4. I can't move 4. That's so annoying. That means my things are going to spread to it. Okay, it is what it is. So I'm going to spread there, and that is that, which means now I get to slot this 4, and I can slot it into... I don't think any of them strongly help me. I'll start it and slot it into starter seed over here. Then at the end of my turn, I'm going to get the endless law over here, which I will explain in a second because now I'm going to go through all of our abilities. So I'll start with my abilities just so you understand them all over here. And again, you're trying to work your way towards these by earning each row. Hallucinogenic Explorers over here allows me to relocate a pawn to any territory on the entire board. And it's any pawn. It can be mine or Meg's. We have Rival Regrowth, which allows me to bring back one of Meg's pawns onto the board from the graveyard, which is helpful in case I'm running out of things to convert. And then that pawn cannot be moved by her for a turn. Starter Seed over here, spend after Journey. The roll is not required. So in other words, I can just guarantee a morph without rolling for it. Scatter over here removes an aura from a rival unit. That's not really going to come into play because we don't really have any auras going on. And then the Endless, which I've unlocked, this is the Law ability. This stays in play permanently, and this means any pawns in my seat, this row over here, are considered invulnerable and cannot be used by either side. I can't use them, she can't use them. They are locked in once they get to the end over there, and that's now in play. So pawns over here are fully safe working my way towards endgame. And then Meg, if you want to describe well, actually let me describe my unit abilities, and then we'll do Meg's over here. So my unit abilities, my pawn does not have anything special. The Sage has Mass Morph, which basically means that I can try to roll for diagonal. When I apply a roll, I can also morph diagonal units, getting more morphs done with few actions. The Knight over here, when the Knight morphs, it can do a hasty retreat, pulling back faster to be able to get back to my starting board. The Rook is invulnerable, and diagonal pawns to the rook are also invulnerable. And then the queen, regardless of any roll, it can only move 1, which could be a good thing sometimes, a bad thing other times, depends on the situation. And then Meg can also only move it 1. You can never move the queen more than 1. It's got those deep roots. So those are my faction abilities as well as my faction unit abilities. Meg, if you want to do yours.
To be fair, I don't think I can move yours at all.
Then that's not relevant for this then.
Yeah, but so for mine, we went through some of my abilities a little bit, but I have Poison Garden, which I'm going to have, like, whatever unit casts it, I put this underneath it, and then after the 3 rounds and the clock on it, it will destroy any units, any rival units, within that area. And then the Witch's Ladder is one that also has a time clock where it's on a specific unit, it will die, but then it can be transferred to other units. My next ability here is a miracle where I can relocate any unit to any territory, so I can kind of just move someone around. My Waxing Moon is very cool that it lets me make the time clock on all these things I place out 1 less, so that I can remove the chips. And then my Celestial Compass, which is something I can unlock, which maybe I should have started working toward when I did all those rolls. But it's my units can journey ±1 in this direction, because I can go as far as I want in the direction that I roll, but this kind of gives me more agency on the direction I'm actually walking in. I kind of probably should have done that.
And then your unit abilities?
So for my unit abilities, my pawns don't do anything. Everyone can hex except for my rook. My sages can hex every turn, even if they weren't the ones to journey, although I think they're all gone now. I have my knights, which can journey in the opposite direction, so they can move around. My rook is invulnerable, and they will allow me to cast the same relic twice. And then my queen can cast Poison Garden to resolve in 2 turns rather than 3.
Cool.
Yeah.
And with that, it's your turn. And I believe the first thing that happens...
I was going to say, are you going to let this happen?
I mean, I don't have a choice. Okay. No, because what happened is I morphed this, but this couldn't retreat because I rolled a 4.
Well, this is going to...
Yes. It's going to spread over.
Yeah.
With another chip underneath it.
Yep. But I'm probably going to Waxing Moon, so...
Yep.
Okay. Spread to him. All right. 4. So again, I'm going back diagonal.
Unless you use your rook and going forward.
Unless I use my rook. Ugh. I mean my knight. It's my knight.
Yep.
It's my knight. Okay. So that's honestly not... Now, because I may go as far as I want.
Yes.
Could I technically choose him?
To move 0?
Yeah.
I don't believe so.
Okay.
Not if you're trying to also hex. I mean, you could theoretically just not move, but I think, meaning can you choose them and move them to 0? I'm not sure.
Correct. Because mine is as far as
I know you definitely...
But it's not moving at all, so I understand. Yeah. All right, let's see. A 4. Okay.
And don't forget, you're going to be slotting that 4 as well.
Right. Which isn't great for me at all.
I mean, you do have 2 things saved up, so it's not the worst to put a 4 in your top row.
Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out who I can even move. I think I can only move these.
I mean, this one over here and this one you can move.
Or this one or this
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, sorry. This one, this one, this one, this one. Not this one, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these 3.
Okay. So I guess I'll just do this one.
Okay.
And I will have him cast the Witch's Ladder. So... This will go over here to him. And then, I think that's everything I can do. Okay. Besides slotting this.
So
and then this cast a Witch's Ladder. I guess I'll do this and try to work toward that.
I'm going to go ahead and roll for mine over here. So I'm going to grab a die. I'm going to roll. I got a 1, so I'm only moving 1, which I'm not sure if that's even a bad thing necessarily. Although I'm trying to get back here, which is definitely tricky. Let's see. That is useful for that. Interesting. I think I'm going to do the following, which is an interesting turn.
You're going to do the roll? The blessing?
Which blessing are you referring to?
The Haggedorn's will?
Well, so, no. I'm going to slot this over here. And then I'm going to end my turn and not do any convert, nothing else. I'm just doing that as my last roll. So I'm only doing the journey, which means I guess I'm going to journey something somewhere. I will journey this over here diagonally backwards. Okay. And then I'm going to do this one over here. And, oh, interesting. Yeah, I'm still fine with it. And then I'm going to resolve this at the end of my turn. This is hallucinogenic spores relocate upon to any territory in Haggedorn. I'm just going to slide you down to over here. That way, even though that will resolve, it's going to resolve as an indestructible pawn. And so the way this works specifically is this can still spread to someone else, but the actual pawn will not be destroyed. But I also can't move it again. But at least it's safe from death.
That is true.
Your turn.
Okay. I was thinking if we want, because I don't think I have anything else to use as colors, if we want to do that, so that I know the ones that like got there or whatever.
Got where?
To the back, like that they're invulnerable.
I mean, if you want to tag them for that.
I think it just helps me visually. I need it, not you guys. Me. All I need is an odd for that thing, and I have not rolled a single one. Alright, so an 8 is going to move me this way. Which... Okay. Or, okay. Because, sorry, this is me thinking so hard. For my rook, it says unit whose journey ends adjacent to the rook. Would you count this as adjacent?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Then I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go forward 1.
Okay.
And then I'm going to cast... Oh, I don't have it. Oh, I do, because I'll have this. Okay.
You're casting Witch's Ladder?
Yeah, I'm going to cast Witch's Ladder, but my rook is going to let me cast it twice at the cost for 1 relic token.
Okay. So I guess you can cast hit this one and this one?
Yeah. Which, honestly, these
should
have come off. I could have killed that one, but I couldn't roll it off. Alright, so yeah, we'll do him, and we'll do him, and just see how this goes.
Okay. I'm going to have to rely on that miracle a lot.
I mean, you're fine.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. That's
your turn?
Good. Yep.
I'm going to roll. We got a 4, which lets me move. So I can move, and then I could also try to, let's see, what does my knight do again? I can retreat faster, which is certainly not bad. But I need to move 4, a full 4. So I think we're going to go ahead and do the following. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 over there. Then I'm going to try to morph this unit over here. So on a 3 to 4, we're going to do it. I got a 3. So we're going to morph that unit into this. And then we're going to try to retreat with my pawn, with my horse. And because I'm using my knight over here, I'm going to basically roll and then pull the other guy back with it. So I rolled a 1, which is not exactly what I wanted, but the plus side is I can move over here and then spawn this on any adjacent spot around it. So I'll spawn over there. Although I think I'm going to spawn over here for safety's sake, because if you make this go off too fast...
I was like, oh.
I don't see that going well for me. So that's there. And that was my turn, which means I'm going to slot this over here because I think I want to use that. It also means I think, sadly, my pawn is going to die. Yeah. Okay. All these come off. So this one has no one around it to spread to, so it's safe and whatever. And this one dies.
All right. And I'll take my things because I might end up
using them
needing them. Okay. I'm going to roll. Oh, I should have cleared this too. All right, a 3. So a 3 is this way unless I want to go that way.
Yep, this way over here.
Yeah, but he could go that way.
Yes, you can.
So I do have Poison Garden. Oh, I finally have an odd. Amazing. Okay.
You can get Celestial Compass and start buying yourself some wiggle room.
I think I will... Gosh. I wish I could move around him. That's what I'm thinking.
It would be helpful. You gotta open up that spot.
I know. I mean, I could move him, but he doesn't help me. He is invulnerable. I'm gonna go this way.
Okay.
Is that what I want, or do I want to move him in? Yeah, I'll go this way. And then I'm going to, with him, cast my Poison Garden.
Over there.
I mean, it has to be the one I use, so I might as well just start using it. But I am going to slot this into my Waxing Moon, so everything's going to decrease by 1. So both of these guys are going to die.
Fun.
And then this will come off 1.
And by fun, I don't mean fun.
No. I mean, hey.
Okay.
You've killed a lot of my people.
I've morphed them, but I'm only 1/6 of the way towards winning. Alright, I'm going to roll. I'm going to roll over here. We got a 3 for movement's sake, so that's not bad. I can work with a 3 for movement. I think I'll go ahead and charge forward. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, sorry, Alex.
Yep.
It could have transferred. I'm so silly.
Oh, yeah.
One was here for sure.
You can transfer to either of these easily enough.
Or my own to run
And the other one was on its own, I believe, over here. I think. Yeah.
I think so, too.
Yep.
I do think so.
Yep, because I specifically moved it away to avoid that.
Well, wasn't it that the one you moved away?
I moved this one away so that this one here.
Correct. Okay, yep. Completely agree.
So that one you can transfer to.
I could do either that one or that one, which I think I should start attacking these guys on you.
You go for it.
So that you focus on moving them away.
Okay.
I think I messed up the magnets, did I? I think this is the wrong way. But you can go.
Alright. So, with the 3, I will move 3. Although I don't love that because I was going to move this here, and now I'm realizing I probably shouldn't do that.
Don't do it.
No, I don't want to do that.
Don't do it.
I could just try to move back to base safely if I want, but I don't know if that's going to really work out well for me. Because I don't think it's actually as safe as I'd want it.
Back to base.
I think I will go ahead and go 1, 2, 3. I don't love it, but I'm going to do that. Okay. And I'm going to try to hit your convert that with a 3 to 4. I got a 4.
You've rolled a 4
Beautiful.
every single time.
That's not true. I've rolled 3s or 4s every single time.
I think it's been a 4 every time.
No, it's been 3s. But every single time I have successfully hit the morph.
Yeah.
And then that means I'm also going to be able to retreat, which is the main thing I wanted there, because I wanted to get my people out of there with a 4. Beautiful. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And this guy's going to spawn over there, making him safe if you want to tag him as such.
Sure.
Because then he can never move again. He's done. He's locked in. That was my turn. And then I slot this, and I will slot this over here, and hallucinogenic spores over here. And because I'm slotting hallucinogenic spores, I'm going to activate that and bring this guy over here.
Oh, okay.
So if you want to give me an invulnerable token, and this will go over here. Okay.
I think.
Yeah, it's going to come off, but this is the only.
No. I took them down one.
Oh, gotcha.
So it has one more turn. Yeah. I mean, like, I don't think you're going to put
not,
anyone over there, but and I don't move your
hey,
people. But
it does potentially limit me.
Okay. My turn?
Yes.
All right. 3. So that is going to be this way. And I don't really have anything to do anyway, because I don't have a thing yet. So I think my best bet is I'll move this guy way over here to be safe, I guess. And then I'm just going to slot this 3. For this, it has to be between 7 and 11. It can be 7.
Yes, it can be.
Okay, so I'll swap the 3 there and unlock it.
So you've unlocked your movement flexibility.
All
My
right.
turn?
Yep.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead. And that gives Meg a +1 or -1 to movement, which means the directional arrow. So I can move 2. So if I can move 2, there's not a ton of things I can do, because most of your pieces... Can I morph your queen? I don't see why not. Convert a rival unit. Yeah, I should be able to do that. Oh, I didn't actually. I don't think I actually told you this. If I morph a rival unit, that pawn goes directly to the seat. If I morph, if I morph a rival royal, not you.
Good
if
to
I morph
know.
a rival royal, it's good to know. But yes, I'm going to.
Knowing that, I would have just slid her in if I could have moved anybody.
Up to you.
Yeah, I could have moved anybody, and I was doing it for fun. So.
Okay. I will move. Where do I want to go?
And now if you come closer to here, you can get blown up.
Yes. I think I'm going to move 3. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 with this unit and morph to hit that one. So I'm rolling for that. Oh, no, I rolled a 2. I apologize. I rolled a 2. So I'm going to go here, but I'm still going to try to convert that one. We got a 3 once again.
Okay.
And converting that. And then I'm going to roll for a retreat, hoping for a 1, 2, or 3. I got 4, which means I can't retreat. Because I have to, oh no, 1, 2, I could. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then pop in this guy over here.
Okay.
Okay, that is my turn. To you.
Alright.
I believe this will clear.
Oh yeah, and so does this, but nothing happens.
Oh, and that 4 has to be slotted as well. So I'll slot the 4 over here.
Okay, so I now can move like a little bit more with what I want. Let's see. I'm gonna move this guy this way.
Okay.
Just one. Just very safe. Very safe. And then I'll do a witch's ladder.
Okay.
Alright.
I will roll for mine. we're going to roll a 1, which I think, given the situation, I'll use this to simply move this guy back here. And if I can get a tag, that puts me at 4 out of the 6 that I need.
Amazing.
All right, into you. And I slot the 1. Oh, interesting, I slot the 1. I will slot the 1. I'm not going to bother slotting it. I'll choose not to. All right, cool. Your turn.
Okay. Let's roll a 2. So, like, basically this way, or this way now. I can move. Which isn't great. Let's see. I will... he can go opposites, I guess, even though I don't... Yeah, I'll move him back one, I guess.
Okay.
Is that even opposite? That's not opposite of the ones I'm doing, of what I rolled.
What do you mean? You rolled a 2?
A 2.
So a 2 could be a 1, 2, or 3, which means it could be the reverse.
Yeah, then I can, yeah. Okay. I'll do that, and I will just slot up here.
Okay. On my turn.
That's my turn.
I'll roll a 1. A 1 is not super advantageous, but what I can do is I can move it over here and then roll for that. So rolling a 3 or 4. We got a 1, so I failed that roll. And I think that's going to be my turn. To you.
Okay. All right. Let's see what we can do. A 5. 5 is kind of backwards. He could go different, but he really can't. So, I guess, I mean... Sorry, I'm trying to figure out which direction is which. Okay. Oh.
Oh, because you're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So
yeah, I'm trying to think of the direct, because then my attack is diagonal.
Yeah.
After that. So I'm trying to figure out how to attack diagonally from there. So I rolled a 5. Oh, yeah. I don't know how to... Okay, so I'm trying to figure out how to attack diagonally from someone, but I guess I don't need to. I guess I could just slot it. So maybe I'll just move him back, and I'll slot this here to have a witch's ladder, but I'll hold on to it.
Okay. On my turn, I'll roll. I got a 2. I'm going to advance over here. I'm going to roll against your queen. It means I'm going to try and get a 3 or 4, and if I'm successful, I can get both of them because of the Sage's ability. I got a 1, which failed. So I will do nothing. Your turn.
Okay. Let's see. A 2. Okay. So that means I could have her go forward. Okay. I want to move her out of the way from you. I will have her go forward and then attack here. Well, not attack, but do
Witch's
saved
ladder.
up Witch's ladder.
Do you have to do it twice?
No, because that's the only target that I can hit.
You can't do this one here. Got it. Okay.
So we'll do that, and then I can slot the 2. I don't know if I can slot it, actually.
The Poison Garden, less than 7.
Oh, less. Okay.
Hey.
And I will do that. And I guess, why not? Like, I might as well just put that here, too.
Okay.
Start blowing things up.
I got a 4 on movement, which is great, but I don't love anything else about that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That gives me a very limited scope of how I can actually move around right now. I could go 1, 2, 3, 4, so I guess I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then try to roll to morph over here. And I got a 2, which does not help me, but rival regrowth. Rekindle a rival pawn to a territory adjacent to a Weebo rook. I think I'll do that. So I'm going to go ahead and place this here, and then activate that, and then place a rival pawn directly adjacent to a rook. So
is that one you can do immediately?
Yes, it's an end of my turn ability, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ending your turn.
So, yeah, you cannot move this next turn. You can move it the turn after. And your turn.
Interesting. Okay. I will roll. Oh, sorry, and I'll take these off. Okay. We got a 6, which is great. So, and we're moving this way or that way. Yeah, let's move. Oh, actually. I'll move this one. No, I'm not. I'm gonna move. I'll move him to here.
Okay. Sure.
Okay. And then, I'm just slotting this turn.
Sounds good. All right, I'm going to roll a 2, which allows me to move 2. I'm specifically going to move my queen. My queen can't morph, which I don't love. I don't love that my queen can't morph, so I'm going to move this guy 1, 2 over here to morph that one. So we're going to morph on a 3 or 4. And I got a 3, so we are going to morph your pawn into one of mine. And then I can retreat, so I'm going to roll, hoping for a 2. 2, perfect. Oh, a 2 is actually not what I wanted, and realize in hindsight. But I will still go ahead and I have to retreat.
I can't move them. So.
It's not the worst, yeah, but I'm still going to move. I'm going to go 1, 2, and I guess I'll place this adjacent to over here. Okay, to your turn.
Okay.
And this 2, I will slot that in here.
So this guy dies. This will count down to 1 now, so they're a little safe over there. That's pretty nice. And then we'll roll. Oh, the one that died.
Yeah, you could have transferred to this.
Or here.
Was it there? Yeah, absolutely. Feel free. Ooh, okay. Sure.
Yeah. Okay, and I just rolled this 4, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so for 4...
It'll be a 3 to 5. So you're looking at this range around a piece.
Which I can come this way.
Yeah, you can threaten this guy.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to threaten me, but...
Not necessarily. I'd have to roll the specific number.
I mean, still,
Yeah.
I think you're still going to threaten me.
Okay.
Oh, I guess you're right, because you have to move first. Alright, so I'll do that, and I will just slot this.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to roll. And I rolled a 3. So with a 3, I can't threaten you. I could run away. That's certainly a possibility. But running away doesn't progress it to where I want right now. So I think 1, 2, nope. I can't do with those guys. 1, nope, can't do that. I'm running out of things. I think.
Did you roll already?
Yeah, I rolled a 3. Why
don't you just retreat?
I could retreat. It might be the best thing at this point because I'm trying to be on. I'm trying to get your last piece.
Away.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3.
Oh no, I meant with him because then you can bank him.
Oh, that's a good point. I should absolutely.
I shouldn't have told you that.
I wasn't. Okay, I have a token. You absolutely.
I shouldn't have said it.
Nope. Yeah, absolutely right. I was focusing on this pawn.
Oh,
That's my
I shouldn't
turn.
have said that.
And then I will slot this
but whatever.
over here, and I'll earn that ability. So I'm gonna start a relic, which I can do that to make a roll not required for morph. Your turn.
All right. So this will happen here, and this will happen here. Okay, and then I will roll a 6. Goodness. Okay. Movement's not great for me, but it's fine. I think I'm going to move him this way.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I am going to put this here, and I'll Witch's Ladder this guy.
Yeah, he's invulnerable.
Oh,
and he can still transfer it, but he won't die.
Can he?
Yeah. It'll count down on him, it just won't die. He won't die.
Where'd I move him from?
I don't know.
Could he have been here?
I believe that makes sense. Just based on logistics.
No, I think...
It was one of those two. I don't know which one.
Then I could have just moved back. I think he was around here.
Okay.
You guys, so sorry if this is the one mishap of the game. But I'll just send this. I mean, you're gonna save him anyway.
Okay.
I don't know why I'm worried about it because you're gonna save him, but
I'm gonna try. My turn.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm looking for
that
a
was
1.
me slotting something. Yeah.
I got a 4. But I can work with a 4. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm gonna try to morph that guy. I'm gonna try to morph that guy, and I'm gonna roll a 4, which is a successful morph. So I'm going to transfer that. And then I can retreat as well, so I'm going to try to roll for the retreat. And I got a 3, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3, and I pull that over there.
Amazing.
And that's it.
Good job.
And that's the game. That is a gameplay of Darkleaf Gambit. You are basically playing with an existing chess set. You are playing one of 6 asymmetric factions, each with drastically different ways to play. Again, I recommend you check out the Brothers Murph or Foster the Meatball.
I was going to say links down below. The Kickstarter link is down below.
I'll throw links to both those videos down below as well. To the Kickstarter, to Brothers Murph, Foster the Meatball, in case you want to see any of the gameplays of this to get a sense of how the different factions play. Some of the other ones are a little bit more straightforward. These two are very different in how they operate, trying to morph and retreat, and then just trying to spread hexes all over the board. Very, very different systems. In any case, and until next time, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co.
I'm Professor Meg.
And have a good one.
Bye.